So I just saw the news that Sowore have been remanded at the Kuje Correctional Center.
We know they come out here, una go carry all of us.
And as for DSS, I don't think this case is a case. That he called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a thief.
Can you repeat that again? It's not a crime to call a thief.
So they asked him to prove it, and the case has been going on for a long time. And then recently, Sowore was in court.
That they must insist on sending me to prison.
Is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a thief?
Tinubu is the worst president in the history of the world. Wow. If you say it's the worst president in Nigerian history, you are undervaluing his hollowness and emptiness.
But in my own interpretation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government have robbed us of a lot of things.
Somebody must make the sacrifice that will liberate this country.
I don't know the interpretation of what Sowore used.
Free Sowore now.
All I can see here is corruption in the justice system of Nigeria.
Deserve my sacrifice. I have no doubt that if we don't do this now, we'll have to do it another time.
Sowore na leader you be. Even in the military government, you activated.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. Just as predicted, Sowore has been arrested. Sowore was arrested simply because of his statement that he made sometime last year. The case has been in court, they have been dragging the issue back and front. They said, why did you profile Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a criminal or as a thief that he is? But before we jump on the whole story, I want you guys to watch the particular video that when he called Bola Ahmed Tinubu a thief, and I want you guys to watch it.
Can you repeat that again? It's not a crime to call a thief a thief. Guys are thieves. Governors are thieves. Senators are thieves in this country. House of Rep members are thieves. President is thief. Vice President is a thief. Every one of them is a thief. Yes.
The truth is bitter.
Now, this particular video is coming after they accused him and they went to court. We talked about it, I think twice, when he was in court and he accused the Buela and the Reign of Mockery for calling Bola Ahmed Tinubu a drug lord, a thief, that he just helped them to spread it. Does not mean that he was the one that originated the word thief. However, is Bola Ahmed Tinubu a thief or a criminal? I want you guys to watch this particular video of VDM when it talks about the Sowore arrest and why I agree that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is really a chronic thief. I want you guys to see his reason.
So I just saw the news that Sowore have been remanded at the Kuje Correctional Center until Wednesday in 2 days' time. Now, all I can see here is corruption in the justice system of Nigeria. First things first, why are they remanding him in Kuje prison? According to how the matter went, Sowore has a case in court where, according to the DSS, according to the charges, that he called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a thief. Right, so they asked him to prove it, and the case has been going on for a long time. And then recently, Sowore was in court. He was in court with his people, but guess what? The court revoked his bail and claimed that he was never in court, even though there is video evidence that Sowore was in court. Well, I want to believe that they actually played a trick. You know, there's a trick that they play where if they don't want you, you are in court, but they will actually go and do a Zoom video call. You are in court, but they will actually go and do like a Zoom video call. They will not invite your lawyer, or they will send the invitation late. There's a way they do it, they can send the invitation for the Zoom, maybe like that kind of 12 a.m. Your lawyer feel no siam, or you say feel no siam, then they will just say you did not appear in court and there was no show. So therefore they will revoke your bail, right? But such thing does not make any sense because there's video evidence. But at the end of the day, they pretty much want to put him there. They just want him there for a reason. Now, let's come to the issue of Sowore calling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a thief. Is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a thief? I don't know the interpretation of what Sowore used. But in my own interpretation, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu government have robbed us of a lot of things. Access to our farmlands, access to good roads, not good roads in the terms of good roads, access to secured roads. How many people can travel by road in Nigeria since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into office? How many people can go into their farmlands since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into office? As I speak to you today, the whole northern region have been taken over by terrorists and bandits. They post on TikTok, you have robbed us of our freedom of movement in Nigeria. Freedom of movement, even though there are budget for this, where's the budget going into? So if they ask me, I'll say it's administration. They are thieves. They are taking the lot from us Nigerians. And there's nothing to show for it. We'll just be hearing these big numbers online, but nothing makes sense. Do you understand? So I don't know the interpretation and the reason why Omoyele Sowore say Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a thief. Me, generally, I believe this whole system are robbers. They've robbed us of our freedom of movement. Do you understand? Yes. I am not a fan or a supporter of Omoyele Sowore because, to be very honest, I don't support a lot of things. I feel like he does not have structure and he does not even know what he represents at the end of the day. If you want a better country, there are some things that you support that I just wonder why he does that. But that doesn't mean that we are going to turn our blind eyes or we are going to turn deaf ears to what is very much obvious. The justice system of Nigeria keeps failing every day. And that is why Wike is buying houses for appeal court judges. And very soon they will also do another estate again for high court judges. So how do these people know the law? What will these people say about the law? So therefore, nobody will be able to speak in the nearest future. That's what it means. Nigeria is slowly going. The only thing that we have is to talk and cry out. It's not see people create any option for us. We might not agree with Omoyele Sowore's technique, which me myself, I will never ever rate him. I don't rate him. He wants to be president. Which president? You have no structure. And so he can never be, like I said before, now that SUG president will be before Nadia day. But there's one thing that is certain, he never lied. When he said about this whole Tinubu government thing, like I said, I don't know the interpretation of this one, but he never lied in this particular matter. This particular government has robbed off us a lot of things. And it's 100%. Well, it's till Wednesday, then it's going to come out. And as for DSS, I don't think this case is a case. I don't think this case is a case. DSS, we know you people are secret service, highly covert. Now you do covert operation. This thing I will just carry give civil defense or police, defamation of character of the president. I feel like if somebody said that he's just pushing this thing. I don't think Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself will want to push something like this. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, how many things he talk about Jonathan? How many things did Bola Ahmed Tinubu say about Jonathan? He said a lot of things against Jonathan. Nobody arrested him. Nobody arrested him. So all of these things DSS they do now, you don't need it. This case should not even be going on in the first place. I swear to God. What's there? They insult Donald Trump every day. They insult Donald Trump. Don't see where they know they call Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't carry people to court or say you want to lock up somebody. And mind you, again, this is my main point. If you are doing well, you will not need people to be doing all these things for you. You have an opportunity to become the president of Nigeria. All you have to do, I know it's not easy, but you can turn things around. But at the end of the day, for me, I will say it 1 million times. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a failure that failed Nigeria. That one is 100%. He has failed the country in security, in economy, in everything. In youth development, in agriculture. The facts are there. Evidence are there. Do you understand? So let Omoyele Sowore go and dismiss this case. This is not a case that you should carry and put up there yourself in this first place. I even thought all of you were just doing yourself. But this one that they do now just shows say, you understand? You are trying to just maybe silence him and put fear in the hearts of other people that want to speak in future. Let the man go. Peace and love. Don't pray God and I will learn the hard way.
Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu government is becoming more like a tyrant, a dictatorship who abuse the law, who misuse the... It's not just him. It begins since 2015 when APC took over office. You see what the late Buhari were also doing, arresting people, even to the extent go to Kenya, boycott all the law to extradite Nnamdi Kanu. You see what they were doing with the courts. Even as to the worst of it all, you see how they will just arrest people who went to protest and dump them in prison. What happened in Toge? They have been abusing law. This APC government is an abuser of law. They have no respect of law. Now, to even silence the justice system of Nigeria, they now build house and mansions for them. Now, if, for example, you that is watching this video, as sincere as you are, and do you think somebody that bought you a car and a house and give you a job, you can judge or fight that person no matter what that person did? You might want to see some slight of points in what he did in order for you not to call him that person a bad person, because if you do, they might claim back what that person gave to you. That is the worst level of judicial system that we are. To the point that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu are using the judicial system to fight opposition, dismantle the ADC, and saying that, oh, they deregistered the ADC, ADC is no longer a party. The case went to court and all of that. Anyway, I want you guys to watch this particular video of Dino Melaye. We'll be right back.
Tinubu is the worst president in the history of the world. Wow. If you say it's the worst president in Nigerian history, you are undervaluing his hollowness and emptiness. Wow. Tinubu is the most reckless, is the most unproductive, and most insensitive president in the history of the world. A president who wakes up one day and grants pardon to 70 drug barons. It's not a people's president. A president who has borrowed money than any other president in our history. President Muhammadu Buhari, in 8 years, with subsidy, borrowed 87 trillion naira. In 8 years, with subsidy, borrowed 87 trillion naira. Tinubu, in less than 3 years, without subsidy, has borrowed close to 200 trillion naira. Jeez. And not just borrowing. What has he done with the money? What is there to show for the borrowings? And why are you borrowing after the removal of subsidy? And what have you done with it? Tinubu took one of our most precious honors, GCON, exclusively reserved for the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, put it in a briefcase, and took it to Paris to decorate the Chagoris. Exported our second highest national honor to a business partner and friend. There is no month since he became president that he has not traveled out of Nigeria. You know the amount of money we have spent in his jet-setting lifestyle? Foreign travels in 1 year is over 20 billion. When innocent people cannot afford Panadol, ulcer patients are dying. Hypertensive patients cannot afford their drugs. Diabetic patients cannot afford their drugs. Hospitals are under lock and key. Students cannot go to school. Even in the times of war, women and children are exempted. Today, our students are in the wilderness. 3 weeks after. Among them, there's a 5-year-old that was killed. And yet, we have a president who behaves as if kerosene is flowing through his veins and not blood. We have a president that is not perturbed. We have a president that is not disturbed. But there's a good news. We are going to stop Tinubu. The people's power, the people's will stop Tinubu. 2027 will be different. Our approach will be different. Our defense will be different. And Tinubu will know that we are a pained people. We are a molested generation. We are a deprived people. And we will make sure he knows that true power comes from the people. He's planning to read, but we are laughing at him. This time around, we will stop his electoral tiffany. We will stop him. When you push a goat to the wall, you will realize that the goat can bite. We are in a precarious situation. People are dying. Blood is flowing. Insecurity is pervasive. Hunger is killing. Cannot afford. People now eat from the garbage. People are committing suicide. Recent investigations have shown that more people are dying of ulcer as a result of hunger in Nigeria. As I'm speaking to you, government is owing contractors for job executed since 2024. The last time this government paid any federal government contractor, apart from the Chagoris, is in first quarter of 2024. We are in 2026. They are still implementing the budget of 2024. This is the first time our president decided, since Tafawa Balewa, since Azikiwe, the presidents of this country have always been using Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Tinubu is the first president who came to power and said he cannot use an S-Class. He decided to use the Beast, the same car that the president of America is using. That is costing more than 20 times what the S-Class would cost. He bought a new plane. They bought a yacht. He decided to say Nigerians can continue to be in darkness and provided solar lights in the villa at the whooping cost of 17 billion naira to the detriment of Nigerians. when your president say he's off national grid, is to tell you that I have given up on power. Leadership is by example. How can you have solar in a villa and the poor palm white tapper in Omuleri, the poor farmer in Obumosho, and the Baduku in Dambata is sleeping with Kendall? Such an insensitive president. I thought Nigerians should have lights before you will think of the villa. But he is the most insensitive character I have seen. But the good news again is that he's a one-time president. He's a one-time president. He will see the demonstration of the people's will this time around. Like the worry people say, all die and I die.
What are your fears for the 2027 election?
My fear is very simple. That Tinubu will lead this country to a war path. Because he will try to rig. And there will be vehement resistance. At the end of the day, we may have a president who will run away. Because we're not backing down. This time around, enough is enough.
Of a truth, is it wrong? No. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the worst president in the entire world. For him to surpass the late Buhari, it tells that this man has nothing to offer to Nigeria. A man that is proportionally supporting and abating all those Fulani men, rehabilitating them back to the society, you know, paying ransom, going to the foreign media house, paying them heavily not to talk about everything that is going on in Nigeria. Nigerians are dying, and this man seems not to care. Somebody said Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a thief. You guys decide to arrest and useless him in court. See what they did to Sowore, how they arrested him because of the truth that the guy said. What did he say that is different from what Reno Mokri said?
Myself, nobody told me. I went to Chicago myself. I went to the court where Bola Tinubu had this issue. I went to the Chicago State University. I went there, I saw the documents myself. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. I went there. Another person isn't telling me. You see the picture on the screen. I took that picture. If you move to the right, you're going to see me in that picture. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. He has this man who is meant to be the Minister of Labor and Productivity, or rather say on productivity, who went on TV to try to hoodwink Nigerians, telling them that the charge against Bola Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, that he had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document here. It actually says, and if you look at it, it says docket. A docket, and as I'm speaking, your viewers can go on Google and fact check me. A docket is used for a criminal pendant.
From Reno Mokri, but Reno Mokri is working with them now. Once you are in APC, all your sins are forgiven. Do you want to talk about Daniel Boela, the spokesperson for Bola Ahmed Tinubu right now? You heard what he said, how Bola Ahmed Tinubu created the militia that went to Toge to buy people, how Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a certified drug lord, how Bola Ahmed Tinubu carry bullion van to buy votes. He said a lot about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because he's now in APC, nobody can talk about him now. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as worse as he is, he wants to turn the whole country to one-party system. That is the APC. Any other political party should not be in existence. That's why any party that is in existence now, it will send somebody there to infiltrate and dismantle them. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, I will rest my case here. What do you think about Sowore? Do you think he deserved the arrest? What do you also think about what VDM said? What do you think about the Nigerian judicial system that has been pocketed by this APC government, uses them to and fro any as they pleases? What do you think? Is it also right for the federal government to build house for the judges in Nigeria? If, for example, they want to reward judge, for me, it would have been the retired judge who have served this country and retired. Then you buy them houses or you build them houses so that the one in office will have to work so hard. And at the end of their retirement, they will be rewarded. No, they gave the one that is going to help them to ring 2027 mansions. A sitting judges benefiting from the federal government. A lot of you know what happened in Ekiti State. We will also talk about that anyway. If you believe Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a chronic thief, please comment it in the comment section. If you believe he's innocent, also comment it in the comment section. Your thoughts, let us know in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, please do. If you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out on future uploads. I love you guys. God love you more. If you love us, the only way you can show us support is to like this video, comment your thoughts about this video. You can also share to your social media platform. There are lots of videos we are going to talk about during the course of this week, but we don't have a title yet. You know, sometimes we deal with insecurity, politics, but for this week, we don't really know what to jump on, but we'll just, for the now, we'll talk about Ramdon thing that we found on the net. I love you guys. Until meet again. Bye. Peace out.
Free Sowore now.
So before I talk free Sowore now, I want to know what they stop for them. The man when they speak for Nigerian masses, they don't talk say they go remind her for Kuje prison.
How now?
The man when they speak for Nigerian masses, Justice Mohammed Garba Umar, don't talk say they go keep her for Kuje prison. But the terrorists when they do give away for TikTok,
They get their freedom.
they throw away salama for them. They even like their video. They share. They do like and share. DSS and police, they do like and share.
Illegal justice, Umar.
DSS and police, they do like and share for terrorist video.
APC
They
justice,
even submit
Umar.
account number to collect giveaway.
APC justice, Umar. APC justice, Umar.
APC Justice Umar.
APC justice, Umar. Well done.
Justice Umar, shame on you. Shame